I can pass down everything that I learned to somebody else. We play for passion to win the game. As I got really respect the game. So for Marlins, Nationals, and so I'll be around a little bit about you know what I mean in baseball. So it's working to my life in baseball.
All right, so I understand that your father as well was a baseball player as well, a baseball professional. So could you tell us a little bit about how did your father's career influence your path in baseball?
Really influenced a lot, you know what I mean? Not because it only was my father, you know what I mean? He just teach me how to play the game. It's one of the things, you know what I mean? He really care about, you know what I mean, to do everything well in baseball. He told me one time, if you're not gonna do well here, so don't play baseball. You know, so that's the reason I really care about this game, you know what I mean, a lot, because he just passed down to me, I mean, to be a professional.
All right, and what do you think is the most important lesson your father taught you that you passed on to the kids that you coach today?
Well, one of the things that I really learned from my dad, it was always told me that baseball never stop learning. I mean, it's no matter age, it's no matter what, you know what I mean? So every game, every day you go to the ballpark, you learn something new. So that's one of the things that really, to be humble, you know what I mean? Also, I can say be humble because if you not have that quality, I don't think so you're gonna learn, you know what I mean? Because I have, for example, a couple players in the big leagues that really went over my age, you know what I mean? And they're still learning a lot of stuff from me. So it really care about that for me and for my father to learn every day. You know what I mean? You have to find something every day, even not only for baseball, for any career, you know what I mean, in life. You never stop learning. I mean, it's like I told you, you go to the ballpark, you learn a lot of stuff from everybody. So you take the best part from everybody, you know what I mean? You take a good part for the pitcher, a good part from the catcher, a good part, and then you add it to your career. You're not going to become a player by yourself. You need a lot of people around you. So this is not I'm going to learn by myself. No, you got to learn from somebody else.
All right, now let's talk a little bit about your own baseball career, right? What would you say would be, or what was the defining moment in your career, in your professional baseball career?
Well, I can tell you that was my 1985. I mean, way back when I signed with the Oakland A's. So that was one of the deciding moments of my life. I mean, seeing my dad playing professional baseball now, and then seeing my dad also tell me you had to finish the school first. I mean, the high school before you become a professional, and I really work hard for that. So when I got signed by the Oakland A's, and that was one of the most I can say beautiful days of my life. You know, become a professional baseball player.
And how did your experience as a player shaped your approach to coaching?
I can talk about that. I believe that was a discipline. You don't have no discipline, you know, in this game, you're not gonna go nowhere. I mean, discipline is take you, you know, to be a good coach, to be a good player. Not only discipline in the inside baseball, I mean discipline outside. Because if you don't have no discipline, you're killing your career right away. As a player, because if you don't have no discipline, who's going to hire you as a coach in future? So it's one of the things that I told everybody, I mean, told all the players. You're going to live for this career, that's not only as a player, they're going to need you, you know, in the future. But if you don't have a good sample to be as a good player, as a good person, nobody's going to hire you as a coach. You know?
Now let's talk a little bit about your coaching today. I understand that today you coach high school athletes after you decided to retire. So Can you share with us what drew you to coaching high school players after your professional career?
Well, after I retired, from being in the major league, I told myself, home, what is the reason that I'm doing here, doing nothing, So I started working with the kids, and I say, you know what, I can pass down everything that I learned to somebody else, and especially the kids around Massachusetts area. There's not a lot of coachings over here. Professional coaching they're talking about. There's a lot of coaches, but not professional coaching. So I told myself, you know what? Let me start working with the kids. So I believe I do that, there's a lot of kids that really, they're going to become better players in the future. Starting from the bottom, as a good player, and develop all that things you learn from the professional, and that thing is gonna get in his career, the way it's supposed to be, to be good in this business.
So, what would you say is the most rewarding part of mentoring young athletes at this stage in their lives?
The way they develop. Seeing that kid, from nothing, and then you seeing them later round, like in a year after that, say, wow, it really got me. Why? Because I've been working with professionals, players all my life, but now I'm getting kids from high school and seeing it like it become a professional in high school. This is what I call that. It really got chill. Look, I'm chill right now. You're thinking about a couple of players that I have. Like maybe Jaden Ortiz, for example. I mentioned that kid, when his dad saw me, say, can you work with my kid? And I say, yes, why not? Just bring it up. So just watching that kid develop his swing, 15 years old, hitting home runs, I say, oh my God. It really got me there, the way they develop, So I got other kids, I can talk about Sebastian also. Sebastian, he's one of the kids also that really, he did good in high school. But as soon as I got it, a year later, he became one of the best hitters in the team. And seeing all that, it's been great. Not only for me, for the kids, also seeing it, the way they develop, in this game. And also I got a kid, I just only got maybe 6-7 months working with him. He's in college right now. His name's Ben. Wow, Ben, let me tell you something. This kid really developed some power that he didn't believe that he got that power until he started working with me. So seeing all that, he really I'm doing something good for the baseball right now, even in this area, cold area like in Massachusetts. So I'm very happy to work with all that kids already.
Now let's move on a little bit to talk about baseball in the Dominican Republic, which is where you're from, where everything started for you. How has baseball in the Dominican Republic changed since you were growing up, you think?
Well, I grew up with a bunch of players, I consider all-star. I can mention a couple of them, like Stan Javier, Luis Polonia, who else? I can mention a lot of players, they play in the big leagues. I remember working with these guys there and listen to them talking about the way they have passion for this game. They really got me, because it's like, but now, seems like now it's kind of different. Now it's everything about like more business. It's more about money. It's more about, if you don't pay me, I don't play. So that's the things that have really got me. My dad was a passion guy for the game too. He didn't make so much money in this game, but he really played, with passion, with love, because when you go to the ballpark, you not only play for yourself, you play for a lot of people that are watching you right now. So they pay so we, as a player, we put a good show, but this is a show business, They go there and watch something, they love it, So that really changed a lot, the baseball season that I started playing to now.
And could you share with us some of the teams that you have played with that you throughout your career?
Yeah, well, I signed with the Oakland A's as a professional baseball player, and then later on I become a Padre, San Diego Padre guy. So, and also playing a lot of winter ball in Dominican, and playing Mexico as a professional. I mean, AAA over there, and then after that, so I become a coach in the big leagues. You know what I mean? So, and that's when my career ended there, because seems like baseball. Baseball is pretty good, you know what I mean, for the people, they don't have family. But when you become a family man, you know what I mean, you stay away from home so many times, you know what I mean, you just say, wow, you know what. So it's one of the things that really got me is, I can mention that because as soon as I met Jesus and Jehovah, really helped me out to become a good family guy, you know what I mean, I said, and to be whole my life in baseball, you know what I mean, take care of my family a little bit, so.
And also, what role does baseball play in the Dominican culture? And how does that influence everything else?
Well, number one, you know what I mean, I can tell you is baseball in Dominican is the number one sport. So when I be growing up, you know, I mean, I play a lot of sport, but not as a professional. But this one game really have the passion in Dominican. I mean, it's a baseball only. We don't play basketball. I mean, even you can see how many NBA players we have in Dominican. So we can count it with this game right here. So, but if you look back and you see all the players they sign already as a professional for the big leagues, you can say that's thousands of players. So now you can see this the number one sport in Dominican is in baseball, nothing else. I believe if you respect the game, respect the people, they watching you. This is the way I want you to everybody remember me. I mean, if you don't respect that name you have there, you know, as a team, let's say any team, New York Mets, for example, if you respect that, how can you be? I mean, how are the people are going to remember you? I mean, but if they remember you as a player that really give everything for the fans, for the team, that you be there early to work, so it's going to help you out to your career in baseball. You know what I mean? Because if you don't respect the game, people are not going to respect you. So that's one of the things that I want the people to really remember me as a guy that really respect this game. So one advice, you know, that I give to the players is that I remember my dad when he told me one time, I said, listen, now you're a professional baseball player. So now it's time so you can change the name of baseball for another word. I said, what kind of word? I said, this is the game adjustment. And I said, well, what are you talking about? Well, I say, if you don't make adjustment in this game, you're not gonna make it. Okay, that's what we call the game and adjustment. Because, for example, let me explain that to you. It's when you playing baseball, you know, when you have a pitcher there, and the pitchers know that you're not hitting curveballs. So he's going to throw me fastball to me? No, he's going to throw me curveball all the time. So if I don't make the adjustment to hit that curveball, how am I going to play baseball? How can I adjust that? You know what I mean? So that's what I understand. And my dad told me about that. You know, and then I say, oh wow, yeah, you know what? That's right. I have to call this game a game adjustment. So that's why I advise all the players. You know what I mean? Especially a baseball player, you got to make the adjustment to play this game.